Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a quick look at EOS, but just before that we'll just revisit the situation with Bitcoin. So yesterday we were talking about how we're in this formation here that we could break out, we could break down from. I was expecting a breakout and a fake out, but no, we've got continuation. This looks like a valid breakout now. Coming up to the previous toppy area here, also the top of the Bollinger Band. Looking pretty good, and like I was saying, I suppose over the last week, we've had a very high read on the money flow index over this level, and then a very low read at this level, and we've not broken down, meaning that I was very much expecting higher prices to continue with Bitcoin, because it would appear just from this setup and what this chart represents by showing us all of this, is that there's definitely more buyers than sellers. People aren't prepared to sell, so you can have an asset like Bitcoin lose its volume to such a large extent and still not have a breakdown in price. Not an actual proper breakdown, just a consolidation. Pretty impressive stuff. This is why I made that video about how I expect, relatively high prices for Bitcoin. And today kind of looks pretty good. Now, the total market cap, including Bitcoin, is not does get a rejection, which I think is going to be around 95, if not, actually pre-pandemic levels, 97, then we'll get a very, very big move on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as the Dixie rejects from a high level. Same kind of theory applies to the Bitcoin dominance, and this is just before we go into looking at EOS, really. So we're able to play this, generally speaking, on a weekly Bollinger Band, alright? So alt season began all the way back over here in January last year, and it's been a pretty easy trade for most people just to make money, just buying into random altcoins. Any old altcoin will do, and basically become extremely wealthy as a result. Now there is a small rotation going on. We're still able to play the Bollinger Band center, so this is our low, right? It's about 40, just above 40% dominance, bouncing from here, whether it's in bull or bear, rejection from here, whether it's in bull or bear. Obviously it's going to be in bull mode, so this is where you enter into altcoins again, and rejection all the way down to the 40% read, bounce back up from here, reclaims the center of the Bollinger Band here, and we were expecting continuation, but no. The metaverse and was it metaverse? Yeah, it is. It's the metaverse and all this other NFT stuff has basically just allowed for alts to just carry on pumping, and they brought it back down again. So yeah, we're having a pump with Bitcoin dominance now, but 44 to about 44.5% is where I'd expect a rejection, just because the Bollinger Band has been such a key indicator for these small time reversals. I do expect this to get a rejection from here, and if that's the case, then alts are certainly going to catch up over this coming week, and the only time I'll be looking to make a reversal back into a larger Bitcoin position is as we approach the bottom of the Bollinger Band or the 40% dominant range. So with that all said, let's have a look at EOS. And I know what you're going to say, oh, not EOS again, oh. But look, there's a reason for it, okay? So we've got the rounded bottom here, always seems to have a good reaction. We're also in what I would consider to be a decent accumulation. We're up and above all major moving averages, down below them, up above them, down below, up above, down below, up above. And we've also got this descending trend of some resistance, suggesting that, yeah, we're in accumulation and consolidation all at the same time. We've got an area of support which is not too far away from where we are. I mean, obviously it's not exactly, right below us, but it's a 15-16% drop if we were to drop from here to where we'd very likely catch a significant support if we got down there at all. And we've got quite a long way to move up. And the best thing about this is that all resistances are more or less in a very small area. So we're above pretty much the majority of them ever so slightly. The rest of them are about 10% away. So we're right smack bang in the middle of a risk to reward ratio in the short term. But we have way more to gain than we do to lose, right? So from a spot trader's perspective, it's a bit of a no-brainer. The only problem you'll have is in any accumulation, it can go on for an inordinate amount of time. But looking at the way that the Itchy Cloud is dissipating towards the end of November, from around the 23rd onwards, and we're out of this small consolidation now, I think that the end of November is where we will see some serious movement from EOS, even if it were to just be serious enough to break and hold above the $5.5, so $5.20 zone, which is where we start a new bull run. And because there's no resistances really above us other than this one and another one around $10 or $11, it shouldn't take too long for it to just whiz up. So I'm not one for promoting the use of derivatives, but in the peak of a bull market, as we approach a bull run, it's a very valuable tool, right? And I've already got enough EOS here, but there are some of these top cap coins which the risk to reward are looking pretty good. This being one of them, and obviously I've got some hero longs going on at the moment on XRP. The top cap coins, even Litecoin, we were looking at this on the live stream last night. Litecoin has printed an extremely good setup, and is probably going to explode as well. Chainlink again coming out of its long drawn accumulation, and so the top caps do appear to be coming out of hibernation in November, and I am all for this working out. But one of my main preferences is EOS because of the speed of when it moves and the risk to reward down at these low levels. Doesn't mean it's the best one. That's the one I'm going to focus on again for trying to catch those hero longs, right? Like the one that we got on XRP when it was down at $1.06, which I intend to hold until over $2. You know, again, these are low leveraged long positions. I'm not a maniac, right? Yeah, derivatives are great, but let's not go crazy. Like 2-3x is way more than anyone would ever really need. Anyway, I'll deviate from the point. EOS pushing through resistance right now, likely to accumulate within this area through November, and I would expect by the end of November it's either already broken out or it's getting ready to break out to a large extent and really go to town. Don't miss it. Don't sleep on it. I know what it sounds like. No one wants to buy bottoms, right? This is something I always try and explain to people. Nobody wants to buy bottoms, but bottoms are where the serious cash gets made, right? Everyone will look at chat like this and talk about this and go, they're saying about everything that's not immediately moving in front of their faces, right? This is the problem with, I suppose, people in crypto. They can't see outside of the 5-minute chart, which is ridiculous. You need to be able to see what's likely to happen on a daily and a weekly chart. That's how things work. That's where you get the biggest moves. That's where you get the best entries. Again, I'm not saying that this is going to be the best thing you've ever bought in your entire life, but on a risk to reward ratio, you're looking to gain way more than you're looking to lose. What is that? 20% down max to a possible 136% minimum. Seems like a no-brainer to me. Like I say, this could easily reverse and go way higher than these levels here. Way higher. Let's face it, there's things going on with EOS that should be kicking in any minute now on a fundamental level, and that's the sort of thing I don't normally talk about because I don't really count it for much. But it's true, it is happening, and that should help it to a small extent anyway. Right, I'm going to leave it with you there, and I hope you have a nice day.